thank you for putting the lights up.
Council hears opinions. On December 5, 2022 at 7:30 p.m., the Coalport Borough Council met in chambers to conduct the business of the town. According to sources, the Honorable Mayor called for the solicitor, Daniel Nelson ESQ, to be present at the meeting to explore the possibility of an ordinance to control individuals in a matter of property rights at a possible cost of $1,200 for the solicitor to be at the meeting on December 5. The Honorable Councillor Andrew Manges contacted lawfully the solicitor to serve a question to the borough solicitor. The solicitor addressed the sample resolution served by Councillor Manges regarding Act 57, a waiver for taxpayers of the borough. Additionally, a formal written document, a resolution for the tax collector fees, was served to the solicitor. Both were addressed in the December 5 meeting. Both issues were tabled in regard to the mayor and councillors' questions served to the Honourable Solicitor. In the course of the meeting on December 5, the concept of resolution was discussed on several matters. Finally, the solicitor gave his paid legal opinion for the concept of a resolution. A mere motion is a resolution of Coalport Borough registered in the borough minutes. So then, a councillor could say in a motion, "All councillors will have a pack of gum at each meeting." Is that a resolution if there is a second and an affirmative vote? 1005. Powers of Council. The Council shall have power 2. By motion, what kind of motion, ordinance, or resolution, create the offices of and appoint a treasurer, a secretary, a solicitor, an engineer, a street commissioner and other officers as it deems necessary. The treasurer and the secretary shall not be members of council. A bank or bank and trust company may be appointed as treasurer. All officers and employees appointed by the council, with the exception of those who under this part or any other act are under civil service or have a definite term of office, shall serve for an indefinite term at the pleasure of the council. The Honorable Solicitor has a lawful right to his legal opinion, and he has been with tax dollars paid over $5,000 not counting the December 5 meeting, but Vision Press Production has a free opinion. A resolution for a Commonwealth of Pennsylvania corporation must place a formal document into a book that purports the action to be taken and how each person voted. Further, it must be signed by the corporation president and attested by the clerk of the corporation in the opinion of the Vision Press Production. Why would it be necessary to have a formal document in a book of records? Would an answer be to prevent fraud? For example, in the meeting of December 5, Councillor Yingling purported information from a document alleged to be personnel policy. When asked, when was it enacted? Councillor Yingling had no knowledge. What prevents Councillor Yingling from going home and retyping the personnel policy, deleting or making unreasonable claims? A duly processed resolution in written appearance with the personnel policy entered into a resolution book would prevent fraud. Notice, Councillor Yingling did conspire with the past Vice President to discharge, fire, maliciously remove a past secretary without the vote of council. So, it is possible for reprehensible actions without a written recorded resolution demonstrating in written appearance rights and responsibilities of employees and council. Are Councillor Yingling's taxes paid present and past? Ask the tax collector, he will show you the evidence. In the December 5th meeting, the pseudo-secretary voiced she did not compose the minutes as prescribed by law for the meeting that night. Was it because she was spending borough money on calling Jody Brennan? Was it because she made calls to PSAB? Was it because she disturbed LTAP and caused problems in their agency? Was it because she has been working to interfere in the research work of an elected councillor? Was it because she was doing anything other than the duties of a secretary for a borough? What are the duties of a borough secretary? According to the Borough Code, remember the Pennsylvania Borough Code Title 8 is enforced by citizens and taxpayers. A secretary's role is: the treasurer and the secretary shall not be members of council. A bank or bank and trust company may be appointed as treasurer. All officers and employees appointed by the council, with the exception of those who under this part or any other act are under civil service or have a definite term of office, shall serve for an indefinite term at the pleasure of the council. See 8pa.c.s. 1005, 1. Keywords: at the pleasure of the council. A secretary can be dismissed at any time by council vote. To the understanding of one citizen of Coalport Borough watching the video, the pseudo-secretary is trying to be the sixth councillor. If the pseudo-secretary is acting as the sixth councillor, Vision Press Production believes that would be showing contempt of the Honourable Court. The Honourable Court ruled that Coalport Borough shall only have 5 Coalport Borough councillors. Further, the individual went on to say it appears the Honourable Mayor is trying to be the 7th councillor of Coalport Borough, a violation of an Honourable Court order. The solicitor for the borough is the solicitor for the Borough Council. The Borough Council pays the solicitor with taxpayer dollars. So far this year, solicitors have been paid more than $7,000 for legal opinions and work. Is the pseudo-secretary calling the solicitor without express directive of the voting council? Should the mayor ask for permission of council to have the solicitor to come to council at the cost of $1,200? Be assured, the honorable solicitor has every right to expect payment for his service. Who is in charge of the borough? Ricardo Nardelli shouted out in the meeting. Everything in the borough must go through the secretary. The sixth councillor is the boss. Let us look at the Nardelli rule in respect to the tax collector. Allegedly, the tax collector is going to have an office in the Glendale School District retired building leased to the borough for 99 years. Using the Nardelli rule, taxpayer will need to call the borough secretary to set up an appointment to see the tax officer to pay taxes. The secretary will make all the arrangements, contacting the borough worker to schedule the time for he or she to be at the building to open the door and escort the tax collector to his office, then in turn go back to the door to escort the taxpayer to the tax collector, so that the taxpayer can pay their taxes face to face. When the tax officer is finished, the borough worker then will escort the tax collector out of the building, securing the leased building by locking the door. The borough maintenance worker will be paid $12 an hour to sit with the taxpayer and the tax officer. Amusing, actually that is the plan of Borough Council to the knowledge and belief of the tax officer. You see, the pseudo-secretary is the council and all the councillors are under her control. The Nardelli rule is the standard. Violate the Nardelli rule, punishment will be the pseudo-secretary will call every agency in the Commonwealth to smear your reputation as she has done. In the opinion of many, the pseudo-secretary should be dismissed for failure to lawfully do her duty. Listen, in the video of December 5, 2022, to pseudo-secretary explained to council, I do not have the minutes done. At the pleasure of council, is it time for a new qualified secretary? Commentary respectfully submitted. Vision Press Production. See videos at http://www.wkeys.com and click on the words Coalport Borough Council Meeting. Thank you for viewing the Coalport Borough Council meetings.